is quiet. Only the soft patter of rain touches the air. It falls steadily, tapping against the metal roof of the old train station, a rhythm gentle enough to calm your heart. You stand beneath the dim light of a flickering lantern, watching droplets gather on your coat sleeve, listening to the echo of distant footsteps fading into the mist. The air smells like rain and iron, a scent that carries both nostalgia and peace. Far ahead, the train waits, a long silhouette glowing faintly through the fog, its windows golden against the darkness. The whistle sounds once, softly, a low call that rolls through the night like thunder half remembered. It feels less like a sound and more like an invitation. You begin to walk. Your boots splash gently in shallow puddles, each step slow, deliberate. The wooden platform creaks beneath you, and with each movement, the rain seems to slow, as if watching you arrive. You reach the train door. It stands open, glowing warm from within, the light spilling out, golden and quiet, touching the mist like a soft hand. You pause for a moment before stepping inside. The world behind you fades. The station, the street, the noise. All that remains is rain and the promise of the journey ahead. You step aboard. The sound shifts immediately. The outside world muffled, the rain now distant, the air thick with warmth and the faint scent of polished wood. The conductor nods quietly, his voice barely above a whisper as he greets you. You nod back, your breath leaving a faint mist in the cool air. The door closes behind you with a soft click. For a moment, everything is still. Then slowly, the train hums to life. The gentle vibration runs beneath your feet, a low and steady heartbeat, made of metal and motion. The rain continues outside, but now it feels far away, a lullaby against the glass. You walk through the narrow corridor, passing soft yellow lamps, wood-paneled walls, and reflections that stretch like dreams in the polished brass. Your seat waits by the window. You place your bag down, take off your coat, and exhale deeply, fully, quietly. Outside, the platform glows under the rain, and the world seems to blur into silver. Inside, everything feels still, warm, safe, ready. The train breathes once, then begins to move. The journey has begun. The world outside begins to move, slowly at first. Just a whisper of motion. The train hums softly, a low vibration traveling through the floor, up your feet, into your chest. The sound of rain grows softer, its rhythm now blending with the steady clatter of the wheels. Together they create a lullaby, a song of rain and iron, of distance and dreams. You rest your head gently against the window. The glass is cool to the touch, and beyond it, the world stretches into blurs of silver and blue. Street lamps fade behind you, their reflections rippling across the wet surface. Inside, everything feels alive. The faint sway of the cabin, the quiet murmur of the engine, the soft creak of polished wood. Each sound feels perfectly placed, as if the train itself is breathing in time with you. You inhale. The air carries a hint of metal and tea, You exhale. The window fogs for a moment, and the raindrops merge with your reflection. You close your eyes. The rhythm of the wheels becomes hypnotic, a heartbeat made of distance. You can almost feel the tracks beneath you stretching endlessly, carrying you somewhere that feels both new and known. The gentle rocking of the carriage soothes every thought. The sound of the rain now feels like a blanket, wrapping you in its quiet repetition. You open your eyes again. The lamps outside pass one by one, their golden glow sliding across your face. It feels like time itself has slowed, like every moment is suspended between movement and stillness. You take a deep breath, and for a moment you are not a passenger. You are part of the journey. The rain, the train, the motion, all one. The rhythm of the train settles, steady and calm. Outside, the world drifts into darkness, painted in silver and gray by the endless rain. You lean closer to the window. Raindrops gather and fall, each one tracing its own delicate path across the glass. They move slowly at first, then merge, sliding downward like liquid threads of light. The sound is hypnotic, soft, steady, rhythmic, each drop a tiny heartbeat of the night. You watch their journey, some racing to meet others, some standing still, some vanishing before reaching the edge. Every drop is a story, born from the sky, ending in silence. The train's motion makes the droplets dance, their trails bending and trembling with each gentle sway. Outside, faint reflections appear, a passing light, a blurred silhouette, the ghost of a faraway station. You close your eyes for a moment, listening only to the rain. Its whisper fills the space between your thoughts, softening everything it touches. The world feels lighter now. The weight of the day dissolves with each drop that falls. You breathe in slowly, feeling the air, cool, damp, alive. You breathe out softly, your reflection fading into the mist. For a brief moment, you are not inside the train. You are part of the rain. You feel it, its calm persistence, its quiet strength, its endless patience. The window becomes a canvas, painted by the sky, lit by the pulse of passing lamps. You rest your forehead against the glass, the coolness grounding you, the sound embracing you. Outside, movement. Inside, stillness. And between them, the soft language of rain. The rain continues outside, soft, endless, patient. The sound mingles with the deep hum of the train, forming a single, soothing rhythm. You rise slowly from your seat, feeling the slight sway beneath your feet. The lights flicker softly overhead as you walk down the narrow corridor, your hand brushing along the polished wood of the wall. The door to the dining car slides open with a gentle sigh. Warm light greets you, golden and quiet. The air smells faintly of tea, wood, and rain-soaked air carried in from the last stop. The car is empty. Only the sound of the rain tapping on the windows remains, accompanied by the distant clinking of cutlery as the train sways with the rails. You take a slow step forward. Each table is neatly set. White cloth, silver utensils, utensils, small brass lamps glowing softly. You notice the reflection of candlelight rippling across a teacup left behind. You sit by the window. The seat cushions welcome you, their warmth rising gently through the fabric. You rest your hands on the table, the surface cool and smooth beneath your fingertips. The window is fogged, and on its misty surface you draw a small line with your finger. A single raindrop follows it, sliding down slowly, carrying the glow of light along with it. You pour yourself a cup of tea. The steam rises, soft, fragrant, alive. It smells of chamomile and quiet nights. You hold the cup close, the warmth pressing softly into your palms. Outside, the darkness feels peaceful. No rush, no noise, no end. Only the rhythm of rain, the murmur of motion, and the hum of the engine far ahead. You take a sip. The warmth spreads through your chest. It feels like a promise that even in solitude, you are not alone. You close your eyes for a moment, and the sounds blend together. The train, the rain, the breath between. The world outside fades, and only calm remains. The night outside has grown deeper, a velvet silence stretched across the world. The rain falls softly now, more like a whisper than a storm. You sit quietly by the window, hands resting on your lap, breathing in rhythm with the motion of the train. Every sound blends together. The rain, the wheels, the low hum of the rails beneath. Beyond the glass, the darkness feels endless, but not empty. Here and there, faint lights appear. A farmhouse in the distance, a reflection on the wet tracks, the ghost of a passing signal fading into the mist. You watch each one go by, their glow dissolving into the night. The world outside no longer feels far away. It feels part of you, moving with you, breathing with you. The raindrops have slowed now. They cling to the glass, quivering gently as the train glides onward. Each one catches the faint glow of the cabin light, turning the window into a sea of stars. You lean closer, your breath fogging the glass. In that haze, the outside world becomes soft, a painting made of shadows, motion, and rain. You can almost feel the cool air through the glass, the scent of wet earth, the weight of night, the serenity of distance. The rhythmic sound of the train becomes slower in your mind, each turn of the wheel echoing like a heartbeat beneath the rain. Inside, the warmth cradles you. The soft amber light reflects on your face. The gentle motion sways you into calm. There's a feeling here, a quiet realization that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Outside, the world keeps moving. Inside, time stands still. You close your eyes and listen to the quiet night through the window. The train moves steadily through the night. The rain outside is softer now, a gentle rhythm echoing in the distance, like the heartbeat of the world itself. Inside, the light has dimmed. Only a faint golden glow remains, stretching across the cabin walls, dancing quietly with the rhythm of the tracks. You rest your head against the seat, the cushion warm beneath your skin. The motion is slow, soothing, endless. Each sound blends perfect harmony of stillness and movement. Your eyelids grow heavy. The space between sounds widens. The world begins to blur. Edges softening, shadows deepening, everything becoming lighter, quieter, as if the night itself is cradling you. The hum of the train becomes distant, like a lullaby from another world. You exhale slowly, and the air feels warm as it leaves you. Outside, the raindrops continue their gentle song, each one marking a moment, each one falling into silence. You drift deeper. The line between dream and waking fades. You are floating now, weightless, calm, safe. The train sways, the rain whispers, and you surrender. There's nothing to hold on to, nothing to chase. Only this warmth, this rhythm, this quiet night that welcomes you home. Your breath slows, your body loosens, your thoughts fade like fog dissolving into morning air. The rain, the train, the silence all become one. You are home. You are at peace. You are asleep. Topic 7. Midnight Whispers of the Rails. Long form ASMR. Whispered script, English only. The night is deep now. The train hums softly as it glides through a sea of darkness. The rain has turned into a fine mist, barely visible against the faint reflection of the cabin lights. You can feel it. A subtle vibration beneath your feet, a living pulse that runs through the floor, through the walls, through the air itself. It is not a sound you hear, but a resonance that settles inside you. The rails beneath the train sing, a low, metallic lullaby, ancient and unbroken. Every turn, every curve, whispers a different note in a melody that never ends. You close your eyes for a moment, and you realize that the rhythm is perfect. No conductor could have composed it. No orchestra could have captured it. It is the heartbeat of the journey, steady, patient, eternal. Outside, the landscape has dissolved into shapes and shadows. The world is reduced to texture and tone. Wet soil, glistening leaves, faint silhouettes of distant hills. The rain murmurs faintly against the glass, each drop sliding like time itself. You lean your head against the seat, feeling the gentle sway of the carriage, a cradle rocking endlessly through the night. The rails hum their secret hymn beneath you. They whisper of places left behind, of stations forgotten, of souls who once watched these same windows and dreamed of distant mornings. The wheels turn over the metal lines with a sound both precise and tender, a whispering rhythm that speaks of memory and motion. You imagine that if you could translate their voice, they would tell you stories. Stories of journeys that never ended, of letters never sent, of hearts carried quietly across the miles. The hum deepens for a moment as the train bends around a curve. It feels like an exhale, the sigh of the earth beneath iron and rain. You open your eyes again and watch as the fog thickens outside, blurring the horizon into a gentle watercolor of darkness and light. Inside the cabin, everything feels timeless. The golden light glows faintly on the ceiling. The polished wood gleams in places where fingertips once lingered. There is an intimacy here, as if the train itself remembers everyone who ever rested inside it. You imagine the generations who traveled before you, writers, soldiers, lovers, wanderers, each sitting quietly, watching the same rain fall on the same glass. The rails carried them all, just as they carry you now, with the same quiet certainty, the same patient rhythm. The rain outside begins to pick up again, as if responding to some invisible cue. It gathers strength, not in violence, but in presence. Its sound merges perfectly with the whisper of the wheels, and together they form a single breath of the night. You listen. Every sense sharpens. You can hear the smallest tremor in the metal, the faintest creak of the cabin frame as it shifts with the motion. Even your heartbeat seems to synchronize with the rhythm, one pulse between you and the rails. Minutes pass, or perhaps hours. Time stretches here, bending itself around the sound of rain and the hum of steel. There's no beginning, no end, only the continuous whisper, guiding you deeper into calm. You breathe slowly. You feel the vibration travel up your spine, gentle, persistent, grounding. It's not just a train anymore. It's a heartbeat, a lullaby, a living bridge between earth and sky. Outside, faint flashes of light appear, the glow of a faraway village, the silver arc of lightning far beyond the clouds. They come and go like passing thoughts, too distant to disturb the peace inside. You can almost sense the rain whispering its own words to the metal below. Ancient language, forgotten syllables of wind and water. The rails answer in their deep, humming voice, and the night listens in silence. You close your eyes again, and as the train moves on, you begin to feel weightless, like the world is carrying you forward, not through space, but through time itself. Every whisper of the rails, every sigh of the rain, is a promise that the journey continues, quietly, endlessly, beautifully, and somewhere in that soft vibration beneath you, in the hum that never stops, you realize the night itself is alive. It breathes. It speaks. And tonight it whispers just for you. The train hums softly, a living creature breathing in rhythm with the rain. The windows glow faintly, warm amber light spilling into the darkness outside. Across the aisle, you notice another passenger. You hadn't seen them board, and yet, somehow, it feels as though they've been there the whole time. Their silhouette is still, wrapped in a long wool coat, a small travel bag resting by their feet. Their faces turned slightly toward the window, lit by the dim reflection of golden light and falling rain. You can't quite see their expression, but there's a serenity in their posture, a quietness that mirrors your own. For a while, you simply sit there, not staring, not intruding, just existing in the same pocket of silence. The rain against the glass forms a soft veil between the two of you, a curtain of sound and light. It feels intimate, in the way that only silence can be. You can hear the faint rustle of paper, perhaps a letter, perhaps a notebook. The passenger unfolds it carefully, their fingers moving slowly, almost reverently. For a moment, the world narrows to the sound of rain and crinkling paper. The page catches the glow of the lamp, revealing faint handwriting. But it's impossible to read from here, and somehow that mystery feels sacred. The train sways slightly. The passenger adjusts their position, placing the paper down beside them and lifting a cup of tea from the small table. Steam rises softly, curling upward like a spirit of warmth in the cold night air. Their hand trembles, just enough to reveal they are tired, perhaps from travel, perhaps from life. You recognize that kind of fatigue, the kind that comes not from movement, but from memory. Outside, the darkness presses gently against the windows. Every so often, the faint reflection of your face aligns with theirs. Two outlines, two strangers caught in the same rhythm, mirrored in glass and light. It's strange how in certain moments a stranger can feel like a reflection of yourself. You wonder where they are going, what destination calls them through the rain. Perhaps home, perhaps nowhere at all. Perhaps, like you, they are simply following the rhythm of the rails, letting the night carry them wherever it wishes. The hum of the train grows deeper, and for a brief second, your eyes meet. It's not a long glance, not a moment of storybook recognition, not a spark of romance, just a human acknowledgement, gentle and brief. In that exchange, there is understanding. No words are spoken, but everything is said. The rain intensifies outside, as though nature itself wishes to preserve the silence between you. Droplets race down the glass, reflecting small flashes of distant light. You turn your gaze back toward your window, watching the dark world rush by, and yet you're aware of the quiet presence across from you, the soft movement as they turn a page, the subtle sound of tea being set back onto the table. There is comfort in this parallel stillness. Two hearts, separated by a narrow aisle, beating in harmony with the rain. The train glides on, and minutes pass unnoticed. Time becomes circular, repeating itself in rhythm with the wheels, until you no longer know whether you are awake or dreaming. In the reflection of the window, you see your face, and there's overlap again, distorted by drops of rain. It feels almost symbolic, as if the night is blending your stories together, even if only for this small eternity. The passenger leans back, eyes closed, their breathing slow and steady. You listen to it, the rise and fall, the soft exhale, the quiet surrender of exhaustion. You, too, let your shoulders sink into the seat. You mirror their peace, without even meaning to. Outside, thunder murmurs faintly, low and distant, like a reminder that the world beyond this carriage still exists. But inside, all is still, all is safe. You close your eyes, and the space between you becomes lighter, softer, as though the air itself hums with mutual calm. The train continues through the endless rain, carrying two travelers who will likely never speak, never meet again, and yet, for this fleeting moment, share the same rhythm, the same breath, the same journey through the quiet night. Some connections are not meant to last. They are meant to be felt. And so, you let the presence across the aisle remain what it is, a whisper of companionship carried by the sound of rain and the music of the rails. The rhythm of the train has slowed. You feel it before you hear it. The subtle change in the heartbeat of motion, a deeper hum, a softer breath. Outside, the night stretches endlessly, a dark canvas painted with rain and fog. For miles there has been nothing, only the sound of the rails, the whisper of wind, the murmur of rain against the glass, and then, far ahead, a faint shimmer appears. At first, it looks like a star, a single trembling point of light in the mist, but as the train glides closer, the glow multiplies. Small halos of gold and white blurring softly behind the curtain of rain. A station, tiny, lonely, forgotten. The sign outside is faded, its paint washed pale by time and weather. You can barely read the letters, but the shape of them feels familiar, like a word you once knew but can't recall. The train whistles softly, not loud, not sharp, just a gentle greeting to whatever ghosts still linger there. Through the window, you see the platform, wet, gleaming, lit by 2 flickering lamps that hum quietly with the weight of age. There's no one waiting, no one boarding, only the rain. And yet, it feels like someone should be there. You almost expect a figure to appear, a shadow stepping out of the mist, a memory given shape. The wheels slow just enough for you to glimpse the small station in full, a bench, empty, a timetable, warped by water, a single flower pot still holding the ghost of a bloom that must have been alive once, long ago. You press your fingertips lightly against the cold glass. It feels as though touching it might connect you to the place, as though the moment itself could be held still before it fades again into the rain. The train hums softly, the rhythm deepens, and the world outside begins to move backward again. The station drifts away, lamp by lamp, shadow by shadow, until only darkness remains. You watch until there is nothing left. The last light flickers once, twice, and then disappears behind the mist. The emptiness that follows isn't sad. It's peaceful. There's a strange beauty in it, a quiet understanding that not everything in life is meant to stay. Some places exist only to be passed through. Some moments are meant to be seen, not kept. You lean back, feeling the motion of the train pick up again. The hum beneath your feet turns steady and strong, the pulse of movement returning. The rain outside continues its song. It no longer feels like background noise. It feels like accompaniment, like nature itself traveling alongside you. You think of that little station, those 2 glowing lamps still out there somewhere, shining softly in the rain long after the train has gone. Perhaps another traveler will see them tomorrow, or next week, or 100 years from now. Perhaps no one will, but still they will burn, quietly, faithfully, for no one but the night. You close your eyes for a moment, and the image remains behind your eyelids. The golden lights flickering in the fog, a beacon for no one, a whisper in the dark. The train moves faster now, its rhythm stronger, its breath deeper. You can feel it pushing forward into the endless dark. Outside, a single raindrop slides down the glass, catching the reflection of a light that's no longer there. It looks like a tear, but it isn't sadness, it's remembrance. You exhale softly, the warmth of your breath fogging the window. When it clears, the world outside is blank again, pure, silent, and infinite. And for the first time tonight, you understand what it means to keep moving, to love what passes, to find peace in what fades. The rain falls steadily, the train hums onward, and somewhere in the darkness behind you, the distant station lights continue to whisper to the rain. The rhythm of the train remains steady, a slow, comforting heartbeat echoing through the night. Outside, the rain continues to fall, soft and endless, a curtain of silver that hides the world beyond the glass. You sit quietly, watching the droplets chase each other down the window, their paths illuminated by the faint golden glow of the cabin. Your breathing matches the motion of the wheels. In, out, steady and calm. You reach into your coat pocket. Your fingers find it instantly. A folded piece of paper, creased at the corners, warm from the heat of your hand. The letter. You've carried it for days, maybe weeks, maybe longer than that. You no longer remember the exact moment it was given to you. Only the feeling that came with it. Something gentle, something final. You unfold it slowly, carefully, as if the air itself might disturb the words resting within. The paper rustles like dry leaves, fragile, familiar. The ink has softened with time, fading at the edges, but the handwriting is unmistakable. You trace the letters with your fingertip. Even without reading, you know every word by heart. You could close your eyes and still hear the voice that once spoke them. The rain taps softly against the glass, like punctuation between memories. Each drop carries you further into the past, to a morning full of light, to laughter, to warmth, to the moment when this letter first found your hand. You remember the way it was folded, the way it smelled faintly of coffee and rain, the way the paper trembled when it was handed to you. Not from fear, but from tenderness. The words begin simply. They always do. Take care of yourself. 3 small sentences that once felt ordinary, but tonight, beneath the hum of the rails and the whisper of the storm, they carry the weight of the world. You breathe out softly, and your reflection fogs the window. In the blurred glass, you see 2 versions of yourself. The one who received the letter, and the one still reading it now. They look at each other through time. The train sways gently, its motion like the rhythm of a heartbeat. You read a few more lines, your eyes lingering on each word, as if it might vanish the moment you look away. There's a line that always stays with you, a sentence you've never spoken aloud. Wherever the night takes you, let it find you still listening. You smile faintly, your lips barely moving. You whisper the words under your breath, as though repeating them could bring the voice back. Outside, lightning flashes briefly, a pale thread of light illuminating the raindrops. The world glows for a single heartbeat, then fades into black again. You hold the letter close to your chest. You don't read further. You don't need to. The meaning has already become part of you, woven into your breath, your silence, your journey. The train hums on. You feel it through the soles of your shoes, through the wooden armrest, through your bones. Every vibration feels like a memory echoing in motion, a bridge between what was and what still remains. You fold the letter again, carefully aligning the edges, pressing down each crease as though sealing something sacred. Then you slip it back into your pocket, where the warmth of your body welcomes it home. It rests there, over your heart, where words cannot reach but feelings still live. You lean back in your seat, closing your eyes. The rain outside grows softer, as though it understands. The wheels sing their endless song beneath you, a lullaby of steel and rhythm, guiding you forward, always forward. And somewhere in that quiet motion, you realize that this letter is no longer a message from the past. It's a companion, a reminder that love, once given, doesn't fade. It travels through distance, through time, through every mile of night between here and morning. You breathe in slowly. You can almost smell the faint trace of old ink and rain. You whisper to yourself, a secret between you and the night. I'm still listening. And the rails below, like an answer, whisper back. The train slows. You can feel the motion soften before the sound reaches your ears. A gentle deceleration, like an exhale after a long breath. Outside, the rain continues, steady and unbroken. The window glows faintly with passing light, but the world beyond has dissolved into shadows. You're not sure when the line between waking and dreaming began to blur. Somewhere between the rhythm of the wheels and the whisper of rain, your thoughts loosened, sliding gently from reality into something softer. The hum of the rails becomes hypnotic, like the pulse of a distant heart. It echoes in the bones of the carriage, through the wood, through the air, through you. You blink slowly. Your reflection in the glass seems to move out of sync, a fraction slower, as though it exists in another time. You look at it and realize you are no longer just watching the rain. You are part of it. The train drifts into a half-silence, passing through a stretch of night so deep that even the rain sounds muted. The lamps above flicker once, twice, and then steady again. Their glow soft, golden, dreamlike. Your head leans against the seat, and for a brief moment, you forget where you are. You see flashes, memories that are not memories, a platform drenched in light, footsteps echoing through fog, someone turning to wave, a face you know but can't quite remember. The train slows again, almost stopping. Perhaps it's another small station, hidden in the mist. You can't tell. You hear a faint sound, the soft opening of a door somewhere down the carriage, a distant voice, a low laugh, and then silence again. It feels like the world itself is holding its breath, as though time has paused just for this one passing moment. You close your eyes. You let the rhythm of the train carry you deeper. The darkness behind your eyelids is not empty. It moves, shifting shapes, soft lights, colors that have no names. You dream you're still on the train, but it's different. The rain outside has stopped, and the world glows in pale silver light. The sky is vast, full of distant constellations reflected on a glass lake. You feel weightless, as though the train itself has lifted from the rails and begun to drift through the clouds. The windows are open now. A breeze moves through the cabin, cool, endless, carrying the scent of rain and memory. The sound of the wheels becomes softer, smoother, until it no longer sounds like metal on metal, but like the turning of pages in a book written by the night itself. You hear voices, faint, melodic, familiar. They're not speaking words, they're humming, a lullaby without language, a song you somehow already know. You look outside again. There are no trees, no towns, no roads, only stars. The train glides through them like a vessel between worlds. A figure passes through the aisle. You can't see their face, only the faint reflection of candlelight in their hand. They pause beside your seat, as if to check that you're still asleep. Then they move on, their footsteps silent, their presence vanishing into the glow. You breathe deeply, and the air feels different now. Thicker, gentler, like you're inhaling the dream itself. You're no longer sure whether you're dreaming about the train, or if the train is dreaming about you. The hum beneath your feet grows lighter, almost like a heartbeat fading into distance. The whole world seems to slow until even time itself becomes soft. Outside, the sky begins to change. The stars ripple and blur, like reflections in water disturbed by a touch. You reach out instinctively, your hand brushing the glass, and for an instant, it feels warm. Then, a sound, the soft chime of a bell, faint, beautiful. It echoes through the cabin, calling the dream to an end. You open your eyes, expecting to wake, but the train is still there, the rain still falling, the light still warm. Nothing has changed, and yet everything feels quieter. You realize the train never stopped. You were only paused inside yourself. The rails sing again. The rain resumes its steady rhythm, and the world outside begins to move. You breathe in deeply. The dream lingers, like a memory that refuses to fade. You smile softly, eyes half open, half closed. You're still between stations, halfway between what was and what's next. You whisper to the night, not sure if you're awake or not. I'm still here, and somewhere in the hum beneath your feet, the train whispers back. So am I. The rain has softened again, a faint silver drizzle that melts into the rhythm of the rails. The train moves slower now, almost cautiously, as though it, too, is listening. Outside the window, a forest stretches endlessly, its dark silhouette breathing beneath the mist. The trees sway gently, their tops disappearing into clouds that hang low and heavy with rain. You lean closer to the glass. The reflection of your face dissolves into the darkness outside, until all that remains is the living pulse of the woods. The train hums quietly, its wheels turning over the tracks with the patience of an old soul. You can feel the air shift, colder, denser, carrying the faint scent of pine, wet bark, and earth. It feels ancient, alive, as if the forest has been here forever, waiting for this moment, waiting for you. Between the sighs of rain and metal, you begin to hear it, a whisper, soft, distant, unmistakable. At first, you think it's just the wind moving through the trees, but the rhythm is too gentle, too intentional, as though the forest is speaking in a language older than words. Each gust of air carries a note. The creak of a branch, the rustle of leaves, the soft patter of rain trickling from one canopy to another. It's a symphony of patience. You imagine what the forest might be saying. Maybe it's telling stories of travelers who passed this way long ago, of storms survived, of seeds that grew into giants reaching for the stars. The train's reflection shimmers faintly on the wet trunks outside. For a fleeting moment, it feels like the forest is watching you back, not with eyes, but with presence. Vast, calm, eternal. You close your eyes, and the sounds begin to merge. The soft hiss of rain, the hum of the engine, the deep breath of the trees. It's all one voice now, one endless whisper of the world. Somewhere within that sound, you can almost make out words, not human, but familiar in the way dreams are familiar. They rise and fall like the tide, slipping between sense and silence. You open your eyes again, and the forest feels closer, as if the train is no longer moving past it, but through it, a guest in a realm of stillness. The lamps inside the cabin flicker softly. Their golden light touches your reflection, mixing with the cool green shadows outside. Every droplet of rain catches that light, turning for an instant into a tiny star. The air hums with quiet electricity, not from storm or machine, but from life itself. You press your palm lightly against the cold glass. It vibrates faintly with the motion, and for a moment you imagine your heartbeat syncing with the forest's. The rhythm matches, slow, steady, infinite. The woods whisper again. You listen deeper. You can hear the drip of water falling from one leaf to another. You can hear the low moan of wind weaving through trunks like a sigh, and beneath it all, a deep, resonant hum. The earth itself, breathing. The train glides around a bend, and for a heartbeat, the moon appears, a blurred silver disk rising through the fog. Its light spills over the trees, catching the rain, turning the forest into a field of shimmering mist. You can't look away. It's as if time has stopped, as if the night is revealing something it only shows to those who listen. The whisper deepens, not a sound, but a feeling. It moves through you like warmth, like memory. You realize the forest isn't whispering to you. It's whispering with you, your breath, your heartbeat, your stillness. They've become part of its song. The train hums on, carving its path through rain and trees. Each mile feels slower, softer, like the distance itself has dissolved into sound. You close your eyes again. The whisper remains gentle and steady, a promise that you are not alone, that everything is connected by this quiet language of night and motion. And somewhere deep within the woods, as the train fades into the mist, the whisper continues. Long after you have passed, the rain is softer now, not gone, just quieter, as if the storm has grown tired of its own song. The world outside is washed clean. The trees glisten. The ground breathes steam, and the mist lingers like memory between the rails. The train hums low, steady, eternal, a sound that no longer feels mechanical, but alive. It moves not just through space, but through time, through thoughts, through dreams. You sit by the window again, hands folded loosely in your lap. Your breath fogs the glass, fading, returning, fading again, a heartbeat made of air. The reflection stares back at you, soft, familiar, distant. At first, it's only your face you see, dimly lit by the golden lamps, outlined by the rain. But as the train glides onward, your reflection begins to change. You notice details that weren't there before. A shadow of the forest still passing behind your eyes, the shimmer of lightning stitched into your hair, a faint glow of distant station lights echoing along your cheek. You look closer. The rain outside moves like time itself, each drop tracing a path between memory and silence. And there, in the reflection, you see the ghost of every moment you've lived tonight. The empty dining car, still glowing softly, cups of tea steaming in forgotten warmth. The passenger across the aisle, asleep now, their reflection fading like a dream. The letter folded neatly in your pocket, resting near your heart, still whispering its quiet promise. The forest, dark, endless, alive, its voice still humming somewhere in the distance. It's all there, woven into the mirror of the glass, layered like light and shadow, past and present, you and the night. You reach toward your reflection. Your fingers touch the cold surface. It feels thin, fragile, a barrier so delicate it might break with a sigh. For a heartbeat, the world outside and the world within seem to align perfectly. You and your reflection, no longer separate, no longer opposites. You realize that the journey has never been about where the train is going. It has always been about what it carries. The rain, the silence, the dream, the echo of things once loved. Every mile has been a mirror. Every sound has been a reflection of something you already knew, but had forgotten how to hear. Outside, the sky begins to pale. The night, once infinite, is softening into dawn. The first threads of light stretch across the horizon, turning the mist into silver. You watch as your reflection fades into the brightness, until only the world beyond remains, pure, open, awake. The train slows, its rhythm gentler now, as though even it understands that the journey is ending. But it doesn't stop. Not yet. Not completely. The rails hum like a lullaby. You close your eyes, and the warmth of the cabin folds around you. The air smells faintly of tea, wood, and rain. You can still hear the forest whisper echoing somewhere far behind, but now it blends perfectly with the sound of the wheels, the breath of dawn, and your own heartbeat. In the darkness behind your eyelids, you see reflections, faces, places, moments. They appear and dissolve like waves, each one carrying a piece of the night away with it. The world has become quieter, softer, kind. You breathe in deeply. It feels like the first breath of morning, cool, wet, and alive. You exhale slowly, and the glass in front of you fogs one final time. When it clears, you can no longer see yourself. Only light, only motion, only peace. The rain continues its delicate rhythm on the glass, but it no longer feels like rain. It feels like memory returning to the earth. The train's motion slows again, and through the soft veil of mist, you glimpse the faint outline of a small station ahead. Bathed in early light, waiting quietly, but you don't rise, you don't move. You simply watch as it approaches, knowing that the destination has never been a place. It's this stillness, this surrender, this moment of perfect silence between rain and sunrise. The train hums once more, a low final whisper, and then stillness. You lean your head against the glass. The warmth of your skin meets the cool of the morning. Your reflection returns for just an instant, soft, smiling, peaceful, and in that final moment, you understand. You were never merely traveling through the night. You were traveling within it, through yourself, through memory, through everything that quietly lives between one breath and the next. Outside, the rain begins to fade. The first light of dawn spills across the rails, turning them to gold. The journey is over, and yet somehow it never ends. You close your eyes. The hum of the train lingers for a heartbeat longer, then melts into silence. The reflection fades, the rain stops, and peace remains.